What's going on, family? Black family, beautiful, strong, powerful black family. My name is Young Shabazz X. I'm here because I have a message for black people. I have a message for black men, women, and children. First and foremost, I love all of you. We are all family. We are all descendants of the great continent of Africa. And depending on some of your religious views, some of you view that we are derived from the Asiatic black man, and some of you believe that civilization and life started on the continent of Africa or in the Middle East. Regardless of all of that, today we are all descendants of Africa, the greatest continent on the planet with the most resources. So, I said all that to say, first and foremost, I don't know if I said it yet, I think I did, but I'm gonna say it again. I love you. We are family, and you have my support. What I'm here to talk about is how to advance black culture and how to advance black people. And I want to speak about that through the youth of entertainment, or not through the youth, through the vision of entertainment. Excuse me, through the lens of entertainment. And so that's what I'm going to talk about. But first, I'm going to give you a backstory on me. My name is Young Shabazz X, like I said. I'm Afro-Latino. My father is black. My mother's Dominican. The love of my life is Dominican and black and Puerto Rican. Yes. I'm an athlete. I love fitness. I love working out. I love being in shape. I love taking care of my body. I love eating right. Every once in a while, sometimes a little too often, I have a cheat day. But nevertheless, the goal is to live as healthy as possible and to be as healthy as possible. I've taken Reiki. Reiki is about the study of life energy and the way it moves and the way that my actions impact you and your actions. But the fundamental factor of Reiki is the only thing I'm in control of is my perception and my reaction to any and every situation. That's just a brief overview of Reiki. It gets much deeper and much more philosophical, and it really speaks about the inner workings of the world and the universe and the way everything is connected and in between the waves and the patterns and where we are and what frequency we vibrate on and all of that. So it gets much deeper and a lot more intellectual. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I love working with my hands. I've worked on cars. I worked in construction. I've pretty much done it all with my hands. I think if I really applied myself in school, I'd be very good at engineering. The problem is I didn't apply myself in school growing up because I didn't have the same mentality that I have now. I mean, obviously, growing up, you mature and things like that, but it was never. I'm not trying to make an excuse because at this point I do know right from wrong, but it was never beaten into me, not literally beaten, but it was never really driven into my skull to focus on school because of how important education is. Because education is important, but at the same time, the way the school structure is set up, it's not set up for me to get ahead because of my skin color. I'm just going to be honest about that. But one way that I want to change that, because a lot of our children go through that mentality of school is not for me because they're not teaching me nothing. Well, for one, there's nobody that's teaching that looks like me. So at the very best, you can only understand what it is that I go through. You can't relate to it. You can't reach me on an energetic level, on a vibrational level, on the right frequency that I need, because we don't vibrate at the same frequency. We don't vibrate at the same level. Um, and so with that being said, I think there is a way to teach our youth, and it is through entertainment, black entertainment. That's what the title of this episode is going to be, black entertainment. So my thought, my hypothesis, the one thing that I've learned over the last few years, is that, oh wait, I'm sorry. Let me backtrack a little bit. This is probably gonna happen more than once. I'm just gonna let you guys know that now. Sometimes I get off track. Sometimes I get off topic. Just bear with me. This is my first time, trying to put together a show, trying to put together some content. So just bear with me, okay? This is a learning process for both of us. To finish my backstory, I've learned a lot from Christianity, and I've learned a lot from the Nation of Islam. If you ask me, I don't have a religion because I don't believe in religion. I believe in the relationship that I have with God. I believe I am a God, but I do believe that there's an after. And not only is there an after, there's a next life. I don't necessarily think it's heaven. I think heaven is the circumstance that we make it. I think heaven can be here on earth. I do think that once all of the journeys are over with, then you have a final spiritual resting place or energetic resting place. That's the way that I fundamentally believe. Could be right, could be wrong. It's not really for you to say if I'm right or wrong, because it's just an opinion. That's my belief. That's how I believe it to be. So take that with a grain of salt. A lot of the intellectual property that I'm going to talk about has been spoken about or talked about from Dr. Umar Johnson and Black Dot and Dotson. They typically are on YouTube, Urban X TV. I support them. Shout out to them. I've learned a lot from Brother Ben X. I've learned a lot from 19 Keys, Brother Reza Islam. They're the paradigm shifters. Shout out to them. Much respect, much love. I would love to collaborate with you guys one day. All of you, everybody that I just mentioned, I would love to talk, and not only talk, but put action behind what it is that we talk about. Because one of the problems that we have is everybody wants to sit down and have a conversation, but at some point, sitting down is not doing anything. And that's the way that I personally view it, is because right now I'm sitting, and the only thing I'm doing is talking. I'm not out there moving right now. I'm not out there changing the environment that I live in right now. So I said all that to say that I want to talk to you guys about how we as a group can move forward, how we as a group bring all of us together and show the youth that black men, straight black men, can come together and be unified as brothers and move and change the paradigm that we live in. And one of the things that I think we can do to impact the youth is black entertainment. And the thing about it is, I love comics and I love anime. I love specifically Dragon Ball Z. I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. I love shows like that. But the problem is we don't see ourselves in those places. And Brother Ben X has said before that he got from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan that when you take a class photo, like you're in a classroom and you take a photo, the first person you look for is yourself. Or you're in a big room, you're in a conference, and you take a photo of everybody that's in the conference. Doesn't matter how old or how young you are. The first person you look for is yourself. And if you cannot see yourself in a position of power, whether it be a five-star general, a president, a king, a judge, a lawyer, a police chief, anything. If you can't see yourself as a superhero, if you can't see yourself as somebody, as a god, you know what I mean? You subject yourself to, and you subject the youth to believing that they're subpar, that they cannot believe in themselves, that they can't advance themselves. And that's the one thing that I want to change, but I want to do it in the way of comics, and creating comic books, and creating sort of like I don't know, 15 minute YouTube shows, or maybe we can all come together and make our own brand of a YouTube platform-esque type of website. It'll be completely Black owned. It'll be Black invented, Black created, Black perfected. It will be 100% Black. And my point is, through entertainment is how we reach our youth, because that's what they're paying attention to. Right now, the only way that they see themselves is arguing about tattoos, or arguing on Maury about baby daddies and shit like that. And even watching Maury is subconscious, because subconsciously you see a white man that's sitting back, just looking and observing two Black people going at it. Now, every once in a while they do have, a white couple up there, but that's not the point, because they do that just for good measure, in my opinion. I feel like they do that for good measure. But one thing that we as a community can do is change the image that we see. And that's one thing that I'm glad about Tyler Perry that he's done is is he found a way to do that. He built up the financial backing to be able to do that with this gigantic studios. And I only hope that we can use that in a positive way, because there's been a few celebrities since then that have taken what he's done and kind of put it to a back burner, because nobody's really talking about it now, because even the conscious community, they're talking about everything that's going on with Tank, everything that's going on with or whatever the brother's name is, and everything that's going on with Pharrell, and just the demasculinization of Black men. And they're trying to change the paradigm in a way that makes us weaker, that takes our core strength away. And that's what we need to get back to. We need to see movies, we need to see comic books, we need to see superheroes, we need to see doctors, lawyers, judges, police chiefs, people in positions of power that are straight Black men, strong Black men that have strong Black women and strong Black children. These are the types of things that we need. Black Panther is married to an African goddess, pretty much, in Storm. And those are that's something that I want to see more of in comics and in movies. Stuff like that. Did you know that there's a Black Thor? Many of you didn't. Many of you did not know that there is a Black version of Thor who not only has the ability to control lightning, but also fire. Shango. I think I said that right. If it's wrong, please correct me. Maybe the pronunciation's wrong, but it's Shango. So Shango, one of the two. But yeah, there's a Black version of Thor that has not been expounded upon. We have a unique ability to create and curate any and everything. We created math, we created science, we created literature, we created language, we created communication, we created the pyramids. White people would rather believe that aliens came down from outer space, which, full disclosure, I do believe that they're aliens, but I don't believe that aliens created the pyramids. What I believe is that Africans created the pyramids, Egyptians created the pyramids. It is the most accurate thing to true north that is on the face of the planet. The most accurate, it's facing true north and true south and true west and true east. It is the most accurate, one of the most accurate wonders of the world. And Africans created the Sphinx. We don't need to have the nose to know that they were black, that the Sphinx is black. We don't need that. We know it is because we are brilliant, because we are powerful, because we can create, and we can create anything. We have created everything. We've created everything. Only thing we haven't created are weapons of mass destruction. And I'm going to leave that one right there. But to get back to my point of black entertainment, we have a unique opportunity, I should say. We have a unique opportunity to change the life and to change the paradigm shifters, to change the paradigm of the way that we live today, of the world that we live in today. And we can do it through entertainment. That's the first phase of it. The first phase is entertainment, because entertainment is going to bring money. It's going to bring a different way of thinking. You know, we have this, in entertainment, we have to see TV shows. We have to see live action TV shows of black engineers. We have to see live action TV shows or web series of just going around the country and talking to talking to black people who are trying to be engineers, that have a positive message for black boys, black girls. Because I can tell you right now, the war is not on my generation or the generation that's right behind me. It's on my kids' generation. And to full disclosure, I don't have kids yet. So it's on my kids' generation, and on their five generations before and after them. So that's 15. They're in the middle, pretty much. My kids are in the middle, 5 years ahead and 5 years behind. They're in that middle ground. So 10 years, but forget that part. But I said all that to say we have a unique opportunity to change the world and change the life of black youth, and to change the mindset of the black youth that's not alive yet, of the black youth that is infants or toddlers currently. And it starts with entertainment. And from entertainment, we can grow to other places, because in entertainment, if we can see ourselves as engineers, in entertainment, if we can see ourselves as doctors and lawyers, in entertainment, if we can see ourselves as a superhero, or if we can see ourselves as the king of the richest country on the planet, shout out Black Panther. If we can see ourselves like that, and we don't only have these biopics of slavery and of Jim Crow and of black people being oppressed, subconsciously that starts to weigh on you. Subconsciously you start to think all black people ever were was oppressed, and that is not the case at all. We were kings. We had some of the most powerful stories throughout history. Africans have some of the most powerful stories throughout history. We've had the most powerful, the Mali Empire, thousands of years ago, was one of the most powerful military groups of all time. In the top 3 most powerful military groups of all time. We are powerful, but there's no biopics about. There's not even a biopic about Shaka Zulu, and that's one of the most prevalent, one of the most thought about, African powers. You know what I mean? So like I said before, I said all that to say, black entertainment is gonna be what changes the world. Because currently, that is what's changing the world. Because all we're spending money on is hair, nails, and liquor. This stat I got from Dr. Umar Johnson. Full disclosure, I haven't done any research to verify what he said, but I'm going to repeat what he said. And it was, we spend over $1 billion on hair, we spend over $1 billion on liquor, and we spend over $1 billion on cigarettes. We're killing ourselves, black family, and we need health, we need education, and we need economic literacy. We're not gonna get any of that without black entertainment. So, to bring this all full circle, I said all this to say, black entertainment is going to change our life. And we need to evolve mentally. We need to be more cerebral in our tactics. It's the subtleties that people pick up on. If you can reach the subconscious mind of somebody, you can control their actions. And that's what's happening now. So, I said all that to say, for one, I love you, black family. For two, keep your head up. You are beautiful, you are strong, and you are powerful. And I need for every single black person that sees this to look themselves in the mirror, in the eyes, and say, I am beautiful, I am powerful, I'm capable. I'm beautiful, I'm powerful, I am capable. I am beautiful, I am powerful, I am capable. Say that 3 times. Just like that. Look yourselves in the eyes. That is the hardest thing you will ever do, but it's the most powerful thing you can do. Say it 3 times. You need an affirmation statement. Affirm. That's just an example. You can say anything. It has to be positive self-talk. And real quick before I go, because I'm running low on time, but positive self-talk is the other part of changing the black paradigm. Positive self-talk is exactly what I just showed you. I am beautiful, I'm powerful, I'm capable. That's a positive self-talk statement. It can be, I'm intelligent, I'm fast, I'm handsome. It can be, I'm strong, I'm intelligent, I'm beautiful. Whatever it is, whatever. Sit with yourself, analyze yourself. Whatever you're feeling weakest about, attack that head on. Whatever you're feeling the most vulnerable about, whatever society tells you, and you get the most upset because you know it pisses you off the most, focus on that. Go opposite of what society tells you. So, for a real quick example, so if somebody tells you you're stupid, boy, you dumb, boy, you stupid, boy, you can't do this, you can't do that. I'm intelligent, I'm capable, I'm powerful. I'm intelligent, I'm capable, I'm powerful. You do that 3 times in the morning when you wake up, before you brush your teeth, before you eat your breakfast, and you do that 3 times before you go to sleep, after your midnight snack, after all of that. The last thing on your mind before you go to bed and the first thing on your mind when you wake up is going to change your life for the better. In as little as 3 months. And if it doesn't, you never have to do it again. But if you don't see a change in your behavior, if you don't notice that you are walking with your shoulders up a little bit higher, if you don't notice that you know, the things people say doesn't really measure up because you know what you've been telling yourself for the past 3 months. And you got to stick to it. That you can't have one day where you skip it. You can't skip one day of it. 3 times in the morning and 3 times at night. I'm intelligent. I am powerful. I am capable. I am intelligent. I am powerful. I am capable. If you need to, shout it. Shout it if you need to. But the reason why I say this is because in order to find balance and strength within and shine that out, you have to combine 3 things: thought, emotion, and action. These 3 things are going to center you. They're going to give you balance. This is one of the things that I've learned in Reiki. And it's changed my life in as little as a year. And I've been in some shitty situations. Let's just leave it at that. But it changed my train of thought in as little as a year. And 6 months into it, I started to notice the change. I started to notice things, the sky shined a little brighter. I started to notice that I'm a little more powerful than what I gave myself credit for. I'm more intelligent than what I gave myself credit for. I'm more capable than what I gave myself credit for. That example I gave you just now, I'm intelligent, I'm powerful, I am capable. It's something that I had to tell myself every day, every morning and every night for a year straight. Some of you need to do it longer, some of you need to do it less. But I'm just telling you, try it for 3 months straight. Don't skip no days of doing it. Commit yourself to it. If you have to use the technology you have, set an alarm.